savior. Like it was incorporating a bunch of, staple items into my wardrobe. That's what I was telling Holly.
I
So it
remember
was
that you
really,
said
really good.
yeah, I used to use them all the time. I haven't in a long time. I don't really need anything, but
Hmm.
yeah, uh, I still have things from Stitch Fix from like 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Some of them were really good quality that I've got. So,
Yeah.
but I don't, yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll run slides, you guys.
thank you.
Here we go. I should have probably put it in present mode first instead of my edit mode. I was laughing because this is going to be like the Josh show. There's like 4 different slides around Josh Reese. Starting with this one though. Holly, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, absolutely. Can someone confirm though, are we good?
Yep.
I can see us on
Okay,
Twitch.
cool. So welcome to our My Real Estate company-wide meeting for Thursday, November 6th, 2025. We're glad you're here.
Josh, do you want to tell us about these photos?
Oh yeah, these were taken at Badlands National Park. So this was actually a couple months ago. We went down there at sunset. So it's a pretty cool place. If you're ever in South Dakota in the Black Hills,
Oh, I
it's like
love, yeah.
30 minutes from my house. So it's a
I
quick
went
trip.
to I went to the bike rally at Sturgis one year, and I mean just being up there in that whole area, I would live there in a heartbeat. I love it there. Is that
It's
where y'all live?
beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, love it.
I want to visit Mount Rushmore. Like ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to do it. So I'm going to come out there and visit Mount Rushmore.
We went last 2 weeks ago when my mom was in town, and it was weird because with the government shut down, the park is still open, but none of the stuff is around. So
Oh, interesting. Like stuff around like gift shop. Do they have gift shops
they
and
have like
stuff?
gift shops, and then sometimes they'll have like actors like dressed up like the founding fathers walking around, and so none of that was going on. But
I was gonna say I went out there, it was April, and we showed up right at like sunrise. We were the only people there, and there was a group of deer, and it was massively surreal being with like Mount Rushmore, and it was just us and like a janitor walking around. So
yeah,
highly recommend, really early, get there.
Did they?
or late at night when the lights are on, that's cool too.
Yep.
I'm going to sound very uneducated when I ask this question, but did they say like why they chose who they chose to carve into the mountain?
Yeah, there's like a video. It's like a 15-minute video on the history of it, and they talk about why they chose who they did. And
I should probably watch that video before I go to Mount Rushmore. Okay,
Mhm.
so second Josh slide is we start these company meetings off with a kick-ass quote. And ever since Josh came on board, part of his social media has always been providing value. And I found myself, stalking his social media and looking at his quotes. And so I just picked one that I liked and put up here. But so that's where that quote came from. Here is a shortened version of our company's mission and vision statement. And your growth is not capped here, it's expected. This is the part where we like to kind of talk about any core values that have jumped out at us this week. And last night when Holly and I were doing the My Rico Revealed, I actually highlighted impact over influence. And one more shout out to Josh. It was your ability to lead such an amazing training and bring all kinds of different agents together. And I can't tell you how much good feedback we've gotten on that training. So the impact you've already had on the real estate community and with this brokerage has just been amazing. So thank you. Holly, what's yours?
Yeah, I felt like mine for the week was really built for relationships, just really working on relationships with the agents we have, um, getting conversations and relationships like new ones going. So it was a really special week.
I just want to kind of lightly touch on the last one, business over buzzwords, because I feel like there is a lot of smoke and mirrors happening with brokerages lately. So I just want you to know that we'll never bullshit you at my real estate company. This is, if you want to, we've had a lot of requests for watching the recap or the replay, and it is up on YouTube now. If you want to scan that QR code, that should take you, I should have tested it, but it should take you to directly to the YouTube video. Did it work? Did somebody
Mhm.
try?
Yeah,
Okay,
that was me. Yeah. Yeah,
Sweet.
it worked.
Okay, sweet. So next week, next week's Truth Telling Tuesday is canceled because it's Veterans Day, and it's basically the one, partly 2 days that I'll take off a year. Like nobody call me unless it's an emergency. I just I like to go run around to restaurants and get my free food. But you know, we like to recognize Veterans Day, and
Mhm.
also you know, the day before, it's perfect because the day before is the Marine Corps birthday every
Mhm.
time. So I get to be a little bit hung on Veterans Day and recover that day. It's absolutely perfect for yours truly.
Mhm.
However, the following week is Truth Telling Tuesday. We're calling it Wrong House. And it's about a squatter. I mean, we've all heard of squatter incidents. It's about a squatter incident in Chicago. Chicago is infamously, especially Illinois, but especially Chicago, infamously known for being landlord hostile. We like to highlight situations that, hey, if you're ever an agent stuck in a situation like this, imagine being the listing agent on a property and you have to inform your seller that there are squatters now in this property. And we're going to kind of tell you how this seller ended up handling it. And it was very interesting. Thank you, Holly, for the 35% off graphic here. We do offer discounted CE here. And if you would like the code to our discounted CE, text CE shop to the number below. That's our company phone number. So just save that phone number. That goes, you know, text us for all kinds of things. We monitor that phone number. We watch that phone number. Our TC looks at that phone number, everything. So that code that you scan takes you directly to our site for the CE shop, and then you'll need the discount code. So text us for the latest discount codes. This is last call. Is Lindsay here right now? I was gonna let her talk about it. Okay.
Nope, I'm here.
Okay, so this is the last call I just put on here because she did a really good spiel about this AI workshop, and that's happening this afternoon. And so, yep, we just wanted to throw a slide up here for the Phil Stringer AI SEO live guided workshop. But basically, what this centers around, from what I gathered, what Lindsay was talking about is, you know how we're all kind of using AI as our search engine now for things instead of Google. I cannot remember the last time I've used Google as my search engine. I am asking ChatGPT, I'm asking Grok, I'm asking AI questions. And so this is teaching you, the agent, how to show up in AI search engine optimization. So if you have interest in that, this is the information. You can hit us up afterward and we can get that for you as well. We are officially open in Texas.
Woo!
And stand by for Texas agents onboarding soon. Very, very excited. This has been a labor of love. Hope I said that phrase right. Holly, thank you so much for all your hard work, and we're so excited to have our agents onboarding.
I'm
Deb, I
super
saw you
pumped.
opened your mic. Did you want to say anything?
I was just gonna say, yeah, I'm super pumped, you know, this to finally get it done, and I'm excited to see how fast we grow there.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're gonna blast. So, we have another company that's open in Texas and Iowa, and it is our commercial farm and ranch referral brokerage. Basically, if you are a non-NAR agent, you are, slotted for my real estate company too. You get all the benefits, the health insurance, things like that that come with being a my real estate company agent, and then you don't have to pay NAR dues. So if you have questions about what the splits are at this company, just hit us up. And special announcement, something that we're adding for our agents is this email signature. You'll be automatically having it templated for you. It has the clickable, social icons, different things like that. So be patient with us while we implement it, but we are, putting the final touches on it. We're very excited to, get it for you guys. And that way it's easy for you. Just one less step you have to take when you're onboarding at my real estate company. Annie, you're up. You got anything?
Do. Big thing this week. I've had a couple people ask about pricing, and instead of having it up here, I just want to, I can send it to your support channels in Slack individually. So that's where we live is in Slack. Knowing that a buyer packet, if you're working a buyer transaction, it's $250. If you're working a listing, it is $350. If you're working a dual, which a number of our agents do end up working both sides of the transaction, you save $100, it's only $500. Working with farm, ranch, commercial, that stuff might be a little different down the road, but we'll figure that out as we go. But yeah, people have been really great, especially this week. It's been exciting to see how wonderful everybody's been communicating in Slack. It's been it's very helpful, and it's cool to be able to camaraderie. That's not a word, but I'm going to create a new word.
Let's make it a word. I'm into
Hell
it.
yeah. The camaraderie that's going on, the communication that's helping our agents, our clients. It's been wonderful. It's been a great week. So thank y'all who have been working with me and your clients and getting stuff under contract, and looking forward to an exciting another rest of November. Oh my God, it's November. So yeah, that's all I got for today.
Something that I want to give you props on, Annie, is getting the Texas paperwork up and running so very quickly. I'm very excited for that. We're all good to go in .loop, Texas. And also, I don't know if there is TC for commercial farm and ranch out there. I don't know if that even exists. So I love the fact that we're already working through some transactions to see what the process is, to see if we do want to move TC into commercial farm and ranch. We want to get to, again, we want to get to a yes for our agents. We want to give these services to our agents if it makes sense on both sides. So thank you for taking that on as well.
For sure. Yeah, we'll talk about it more later. I just wanted to throw it out there. It's a process. So
Yes. All right, Nate, you're up.
All right, as Ann said, we are in November, which means we did a new settlement like message. So when you settle a new file, you will have a cool little Thanksgiving message that goes directly to your support channel. So here I'm just gonna show off Emily's real quick and her support channel. You're gonna get what looks like a little email. You can click on that and expand it. You'll see the little message here that was Halloween's. And then below, you'll see the pay stub that's going to show you your breakdown of your deal. So I want to show that off. Next, want to let you all know we updated our emoji check or statuses. So if you go to your pins and you're like, where the heck is that? It's on your resource page. So I pinned every agent resource page on your support channel. So just go ahead and click on that, and it'll take you to your agent resource page. And then here you'll see the emoji file statuses. And we made the list a lot shorter. Hopefully it's easier, but once again, this isn't really for, you, but if you are curious and like wonder where your file's at, you can reference this page. Also, want to give an update on the what's new. So if you scroll down, you'll see the what's new page. And every week I update this and let you know what's going on with our company. It's really cool. It's kind of like an X, platform where you can kind of scroll through like social media and whatnot. And then last but not least, every week I go in here and update our training videos. I add the videos that we just recently had. So already on the Tuesday recordings, you can come here, see the home inspections, do that drop down, and see Sandy's wonderful presentation on, real estate rendezvous gone wrong. That's all I got.
I have a question for you, Nate. Will you reshare really quick?
Oh yeah.
I just want to clarify, especially for people like Debbie that are brand new. If you go back to your Slack display,
Oh. Mhm.
show them where that emoji will show up on like any transaction channel.
Oh yeah, for sure. So let's go into do some closing ones. Let's see. So it's going to show up here on I think it's the
Oh, great.
status or
I
the
read
info.
it.
No, this isn't yours.
Oh, okay.
um, but yeah, so sometimes what happens when a file goes from active to pending, a lot of times I'll do that review if you just added a couple docs, and this is what happened here. So we had a really good file here, and it just went from active to pending. So now we're just missing like the CDA, some stuff like that. So I will update you guys on what's needed and let you know. And it's not like, hey, you need to get this in. Obviously, try and get it in as soon as possible. You have 48 hours, but it's just reminders. And this is where Anne really gets involved too and helps you out if you use her as a TC. So her and I can work together and she can get those documents so you can focus on selling.
And if you're a new agent and you haven't taken our Slack training,
Okay.
don't fret. We do have Slack training. We'll teach you exactly how to use all of this, but it's really cool because there's a single channel per transaction, and it's like the whole conversation for that whole transactions in that one channel. So you'll never have the broker or compliance being like, what's the address again that you're asking about? It's just
Mhm.
great. So
And every time I get on here, it makes me more excited that I'm coming on board. Y'all have done some
Oh,
amazing creative work, and every bit of it is, I mean, it's above and beyond anything I've ever seen. So I'm excited.
thank you. We're really
Yeah.
excited to have
Yeah,
you. Can't wait.
me either.
Let's kill it.
We will.
Okay. Holly, you're up.
All right, so just wanted to let everyone know about this because I didn't even know about it till I read about it. So I thought it was interesting. So there's been a 7-year legal battle going on. And they finally, like, the Supreme Court was like, we're not even going to listen to you, like trying to reverse it. So it's like a done deal now, right? So basically, here's what happened. 2 Missouri brokerages were sued by an architect who claimed that including floor plans and listings violated his copyright. So they fought this case all the way up the chain. NAR's legal action committee got behind them from day one because they knew that this would impact all real estate agents, moving forward. And in January, the courts ruled that using floor plans in listings counts as fair use under copyright law. Then this week, the Supreme Court refused to hear an appeal, which means the decision stands. So the ruling is now a national precedent, and it will protect all of us, real estate agents, realtors alike. It says that realtors and brokerages can continue to include floor plans and listings, appraisals, and marketing without worrying about being sued for copyright infringement. So because let's be real, like, consumers expect that now. They want that. They want to know how the house flows from one room to the next. It makes homes easier to understand, easier to value, and easier to sell. So the court actually said out loud in their determination, using floor plans helps buyers make informed decisions and even helps the original designer by giving their work more visibility. So it's one of those rare cases where I feel like law has finally caught up with common sense. you know, and thanks to NAR, you know, for those of you that are NAR members, it's part of what you pay your dues for is for this, you know, legal lobbying that happens for us and for our clients, frankly. So NAR funded years of legal defense, wrote amicus briefs, and stood behind the brokerages from start to finish, which is what we like to hear, you know, about NAR. So so as we talk about
What's an
compliance.
amicus brief?
That's my question.
Yeah, so amicus briefs are my very short knowledge of it is just that they have to file different things and summaries, and that's what I don't know
Briefs
exactly.
that are amicus. I got you.
Exactly. There you go.
Um, just real
So
quick, so like when we were first looking at this, I was like, yeah, that makes total sense. But as I'm sitting here thinking about it, I can totally see the architect's side of it and their point of view because they really sell their floor plans over and over and over, their designs over and over and over. So it's like, it's kind of shitty for them that I could just go on Zillow and grab something and like tell my next builder, build me that. Like
yeah.
they might have to redraw it a little bit to make it, you know, how it needs to be built, but I mean, I can kind of see both sides. Josh.
So one thing with that too, my wife does a lot of new construction and they actually have been tracking this for a while because the one thing they have to remember now, as soon as you upload something to the MLS, it's considered public record. So like with her builder, they have a lot of proprietary documents that they used to put in the MLS and then they would pull them out after closing. And now they have to stop doing that. So that's the other part with this too. If you are working with a builder or, you know, this one was specific to floor plans, but it very well could be taken to other documents that are put in the MLS and basically said once they're in there, it's public record. So just be careful with that.
That's great. Great to know that. Makes perfect sense, but bringing that to light. And, you know, Josh and I were actually talking the other day. We're going to talk more about it in another training, but along those same lines, like pictures and other
That's what I
safety
was gonna
things.
say is
So, yeah.
how do pictures like override that? You have to get all this, you know, special permission sign-offs and stuff. Unless we're just protecting ourselves.
Well, yeah, I'll do some more digging and bring it back to the group about that. Cause yeah,
Okay.
there was much like the architects were trying to defend their work, photographers have been trying to defend theirs, but it sounds like the photographers might have made more headway. And that's why it's like, okay, if the agent pays for it, now they have the right to use it and put it on all these platforms. So it's definitely different, but I totally see what you're saying too about, you know, architects spending a lot of time, having a lot of education, making sure this floor plan is unique and great. And then we come along and we use our apps to like just duplicate it. And then it's like, oh, so
I feel like
luckily,
the architect should be more protected than a photographer that goes in and out in an hour. Like, give me a break, you
yeah.
know? Come on.
Well, and it's like the house already exists too. So it's, you know, it's not like, I don't, it's definitely different, right? So
Yeah. It was a good discussion. Thank you for putting this up here, Holly.
yeah, that's all I got for today. Yeah. So we can just do the Iowa breakout here since I don't, our Texas broker couldn't make it today. So for Iowa agents, just wanted you to know that renewal is coming up soon. I'll be reaching out to you if your license expires 12/31/2025. But you can actually renew as early as November 16th. So I'm going to record another training. I can walk you through it if you want to hop in the office here. You can actually attest to the fact that you did all your classes, but then plan on being audited later and asked for your certificates, or you can take the time to upload them when you renew, and then they'll leave you alone. So so there's still time to get some classes. I know there's a legal update class coming up. And then pre-license, broker pre-license classes. I know we have an agent interested in doing that. So if you're interested in pursuing your broker's license, you know, that is something that our company does advocate for. We're not threatened by that. We think the more educated our agents are all around, the better. So if you have any questions about exploring broker classes in Iowa or in your state, you know, let us know how we can help with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only difference in Iowa that this year is that now you can take, I think it's 18 hours, but you can take some of your hours and carry them over to the next year. So for agents like Ann and I who attend like every state conference, and we have like 700
We
CEs.
couldn't before because I guess I've been licensing wrong.
You've never
No,
been audited, but you
you
go?
used to have to do it within that 3-year window.
Oh
So
yeah.
if you had,
Yeah, I've
yeah,
been
so
doing it in the 3 years that I've
yeah,
licensed.
but what I'm saying is like, so now if this last conference, if we didn't need all those CEs to renew in December 2025, we can apply them when we go to renew in
What?
2027. Yeah. Not all of them, but a set amount. So,
Okay, that's a little crazy. I
yeah.
mean, I get part of it, but like, I don't know. I can see both sides on that because that's like a little dated. Let's say I
Yeah.
took a class in 2021 and I'm renewing in 2027.
Well, I don't think they can renew, they have to be from the previous cycle, but I will
It
say
is
it
like
seems,
22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, 22
That's what
would
I'm
be.
saying.
Yeah, that is wild, especially because what they're lobbying for in Iowa, for a long time, you could just go retake the exam and renew your license, and they're lobbying against that. So they feel like that is cutting too many corners, and people are just taking the test and not really retaining the information. So I thought that was an interesting power move too.
Yeah. Hi, Lindsay. Do you have anything? We're wrapping up the company meeting. Do you have anything for Texas? We just talked about some Iowa stuff.
Well, I will tell you, big announcement in one of my broker meetings today. The first Thursday of the month is a major brokers meeting for me, but the craziest thing we just discovered in a deal is one of the new buyers forms. I know some of you have heard us talk about a lot of our forms in Texas have changed. So everybody's having to learn brand new forms. Doesn't matter if you've been in the business 40 years, the business, it no longer is the same. So we found out that there's a way to weaponize one of these forms strategically as a buyer's agent. And it actually, once it was signed prior to having the offer negotiated, which is allowed, you can't renegotiate the commission if this particular form is signed. So we're now like having this massive class of, if you're the buyer's agent, this is a great strategy for you to automatically get that straight commission. These low ball offers are coming in, but if you sign that prior to negotiating or it's included in the stack, the broker now is liable for that commission rate that's on that form. And if the clients want to play less, like that's not going to match. And so, yeah, so that was kind of the big aha moment for Texas. You can weaponize this one broker to broker form. If you're a smart buyer's agent, man, I'd be using it because it protects your commission when you're writing at low ball offers and, the sellers have an aha moment. Well, you know what? We'll reduce the agent commission. Well, guess what? The broker signed the agreement to pay. So just we always keep learning in this business. I'm excited that I was a part of the aha moment because it protects our agents. I let people know, it's one thing to have a designated managing broker that can answer your questions, but are they learning? Are they in the know? Are they active? And I know a lot of people say, well, I don't want a competing broker. And I'm like, well, if they're not in the business, how are they going to know? They need to know what's going on in the trenches. So just to, like I said, and then they just announced the form changes coming. So big announcement for us is our IABS form is going to change again. It just changed
Oh my
April
God.
2025. So the announcement was made. It'll be officially changed again. So we'll be going through those red line changes. So stay
Love
on your
that
toes.
look on Ann's face, by the way.
I
Oh
know.
my
It's like,
God.
Motherfucker. Oh well, easy change, easy. That's the only constant in real estate is change. So
yes.
True.
Yeah.
But like I said, we're very blessed. Like I said, sorry it was late, but once again, some of these mandatory classes and forums that we're in, it keeps us, at the forefront and saying, hey, we all have a license, but the guy driving Formula One has the same license as the guy driving down I-95, but they have two different expertise and knowledge. So, we're very excited that Texas is on the forefront. We have a great team and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah, thank God you're on top of that. That's what's important to me is my broker is keeping up with it instead of, I'm taking the classes too to inform myself, but I need to have somebody else that's saying, don't forget, watch out for this. This is coming up. Watch out. Make sure you understand it. Instead of after the fact, I'm like scrambling going, did somebody explain this? So
Yeah,
thank you.
collaboration is key. And I also think, keeping an open mind, get into forums and,
Mhm.
majority of the brokers that I work with, we belong to all different companies. And to be able to collaborate and say, here's the nightmare that happened over here so you can avoid it. I mean, I like Josh, Josh giving us his nuggets of knowledge the other day.
Mhm.
It's a gift for us to be collaborating and sharing, because there's no class that you can show up at where the state's going to train you best practices. You kind of have to go out there and learn. Unfortunately, learn on your own. So independent contractor means independent knowledge. And so, you're going to have to independently take that time to learn. So we're very excited. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad that I have the support of this company to be in those forums and to learn. So
And
thank y'all.
we are implementing the WISE signatures, so I announced that as well. And I knew you'd be happy to hear that. So I know.
One less thing we got to worry about. We got enough to worry
I
about. Like,
know, that was my one thing. Can you do my signature? Yeah.
so
So, all
very
right,
excited.
Holly will close us out.
All right. Well, thanks for coming today. When in doubt, reach out. Message us if you need us. We are here for you. We all started this morning with a blank slate at 0. So go talk to a buyer, a seller, or an agent today. Have a good one. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.